to think that just because I don't mention something who's a situation not motherfucking factor, that I'm out here doing something. That's insecurity to me. That's you got a problem before I do. We need to establish ground rules so that we have a clear understanding of who we're actually in a relationship with. Period. What's going on, world? Thank you for tuning in to AConnectionTV.com and AConnection TV here on YouTube, the two places on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our difference. And welcome to Culture Club. Like we do on every episode, we are going to reintroduce ourselves from our left to our right. State your name and whether or not you believe that if someone cheats on you in a relationship, you would take them back.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Martel Star. Find me on all social media at Martel Star, MartelStar. No.
You spent more time saying your name than the damn answer.
He said no.
That was real quick. Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Ben Robinson.
Hey, Ben.
How are you doing, everybody?
Hey, we love you.
I didn't get my Instagram last time. I'm at Ben the Outspoken on Instagram. And, I've been there, I've done that. That's all I'm going to say. But I wouldn't do it again. But I've been there and done that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am Wesley. The only thing that you should follow and subscribe to is watchactv.com. As far as cheating, it depends on the definition of cheating. The definition of cheating for me is not the physical interaction with another human being. It is the emotional connection that you may develop after said physical connection to another human being. So if you are emotionally attaching yourself to someone else other than me, then I'm not here for that level of cheating. So I'm gonna need you to kick rocks.
Barefoot.
Hi, my name is Adrienne Cannon. You can follow me on Instagram at Adrienne_Cannon. I have been in that situation, and after the second time, I got divorced. So I will not do it again.
Period. Hey guys, my name is Devin Forbes, like the magazine.
But not like the money.
Period. I don't like CEO.
He's stupid.
I slightly agree with Wes. I'm in a transformation phase of my life where my outlook is flaming. But I agree with Wes as far as emotional. Like, bitch, don't be spending time talking to them. What the fuck? Now, I used to think like sex wasn't cheating. Now, if my boyfriend, like, if I find out if he cheats on me sexually with someone, I would cut off his dick and his legs. So no.
Oh.
And that's
So you do
another-
all that to answer the question, no.
I didn't want to just say no like you want to give a backstory, Martel Star.
You give all this backstory, and again, still.
First of all, if he gave somebody else a backstory, that's the last story he gonna give.
All right.
So keep giving backstory.
Well, apparently, Cardi B and Offset are back together. Apparently, allegedly, or whatever the case may be. Honestly, my opinion to this is I really don't necessarily have one because it's their marriage, not mine. And whatever works for them, works for them. And that's really all that I would say to that.
Ben, what do you have to say?
I mean, they like 12, so, you know, I knew that they were going to do this. When they first got together, and he proposed to her on stage, and she started jumping up and down, and that weave was swinging all in the wind and shit. I was like, they going to get divorced, or they going to break up, and they going to go through the motions. By the time they both hit 30, they're not going to want anything to do with each other. So, I mean, this is just a show for us, basically. I have no faith in their relationship at all.
Wow.
Oh, wait, they got back together.
They did.
Allegedly.
At her party, at 28th birthday party.
Allegedly.
And also at the party, side note, her and Megan got into an argument. Found that out on Hot
Come on,
Topics.
leave Megan
Megan Thee
alone.
Stallion.
Megan whooped that girl's ass.
Oh, I know that.
Megan and who got
Cardi.
They did
Got
not
into
get into
it?
an argument.
It was not. It was an argument because you know how when you're hosting a party, it's your party, and then you got friends coming from all the time.
Yeah.
Megan felt like Cardi did not give her enough time And so she made this big scene, and they went LA, and they had to get broken up. I learned that on the Ricky Smiley morning show.
Well,
No, I don't believe
if
it.
Cardi is
If Ricky
12,
said it.
then Meg is like 6.
Look, you Googling it.
I don't believe it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
I
believe
got that
it.
from Ricky Smiley.
I don't know. I know Megan was a dog with that. Megan's a big girl.
Yes. Yes.
She a stallion.
I don't believe it. You know why I don't believe it? Because Cardi B is still on her Instagram, and that's all I'm gonna say.
They probably squashed it. You know, it's probably like. You know,
Yeah, but I don't believe it.
well, whatever West. But anyway, thanks West done shot down
She's
the rumor.
28 now?
She's 28 or
Happy birthday.
33.
Who?
They said they don't know her age.
Cardi?
This is my shady
Cardi,
episode.
Cardi,
The rumor was squashed. She did go to that whatever high school she went. It was back. The year she graduated
She went to the
was
famous
like
school.
2009 or some crap. Her age was solidified as not being a rumor, and her sister, that fake Twitter that was out there was fake. Whatever. I don't know. So you're saying that if Elliot sucks somebody else's job,
If he talked about it, it's over.
so that is completely done.
And it's new for me because I used to be okay with that, and now it's just like, okay, now I'm not in that phase anymore. We got to be on that grown shit now. Let's just focus on us.
So you basically
have
said
been
I'm a child.
No, we have been talking lately about like things we did while we were broken up, and I get cringy at those kind of stories. I be wanting to hear it, but when he tells me, I'm like, oh my god.
I don't even know what you was doing while I was gone.
I think I don't want to know
irrelevant,
anymore.
right?
Let me mind the business that pays me.
I wish I never asked.
You should.
Because now I look at him
That's what it
sideways
is.
like,
You don't even know
you
that.
ain't never did that with me. You never sucked my dick from the back under the mountain peak.
Yes. Let me tell you.
Yes.
Mountain Peak.
But then now when he does it, he can be like,
It's 'cause
Tyrone used to put that thing on there.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm like in a weird place with that mentality right
Are
now.
you guys controlling in your relationship?
I feel like I'm getting angry.
I'm not.
I support
not
you.
anymore.
I'll be there for you. Like,
Let's define controlling, shall we?
Just let y'all talk.
Relationships have been established or has been established by what white America told us a relationship is. From the beginning of that concept and inception into the United States of America, white America has told us how we are supposed to be in a relationship. So, are we just completely subscribed to that thought, or do we believe in the Hallmark version? Do we believe in what white America has taught us?
no.
No, because I don't base my relationship on everybody else's.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I actually go out of my way to not do that.
Yeah.
To not have a blueprint. I don't go about Vicky and Wes's relationship, Martell and all 15 of his boyfriend's relationship.
You try. Don't disrespect my
More.
niece now.
I look at y'all, I'm like,
Keep your
okay,
opinion
I
strong.
compare, I'm like, okay, like, you know, we compare people's relationships, and then we see how we're different, not intentionally, but it's just like, you know, when you're around a lot of other gay men, and it's hard having relationships in the gay world. So we sit there and we
It's
compare. Well, not for me, it's not.
But it can be.
It can be. Yes, it can be.
You surround yourself
You have to
with
want it
jealous
first.
motherfuckers. If you got a good circle, that's one thing. But some people get jealous and they start asking too many
But-
questions and shit.
But I just want to change the narrative that that's the gay world. That's the world, period.
Okay.
Okay, no,
I
I'll
don't
give
know
you
the
that.
gay world.
No,
Because
I'll give you
Adrian
that.
done been
I'll
through
give
some
you that.
shit.
I give you that. It's the same.
Yeah, Adrian give me advice on my relationship and to be accurate, so I take you up on that. She done got me right together with some straight knowledge.
Oh, thank you.
You know, got you. But yeah, I don't. No.
So you believe that all of the systems in place for you and your relationship is basically what y'all have discussed that y'all want, and it's not based on
Yeah,
what
it's not like-
society has
Y'all
told
not
us.
trying to fit a narrative anymore. Like we're not trying to say.
Society has told us that cheating is wrong. Why is cheating wrong for you?
Well, we gotta define what cheating is. Like you said, to me, cheating was not sex.
Right, but it is back now.
It is now, but like only like if me and Elliot broke up and I went to another relationship, I would start with my cheating is not sex thing. We've grown from there me
So
and
before
him and
cheating
I.
wasn't sex, but now she didn't get sex.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it's been an issue. But like our mentality, we have grown together, we got older together. But if we got
But
to
you could get with someone else. It was
yeah, if it's a brand new
cheating
person,
not.
that's like my basic ground. Like as far
Sex
as
isn't cheating.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if Bay went to the movies with somebody else that you did not know, what would be your conversation with your boo?
Oh, that wasn't.
Boom.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, Jesus. My last relationship failed because that nigga was cheating on me, and I didn't know.
If Bay went to the movies with somebody that you did not know, what would be your conversation with
Can I
her?
finish my thought?
I want you to get to the answer. But go ahead.
You ain't gonna talk all that first, though.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Ring
Go
around
ahead,
the
man. Take your
rosy.
time.
Conference full of
if
poses.
he went,
Take your time.
if he went to the movies, would I be pissed with some other nigga? Yes.
Why?
Why
Let's
the fuck
dig
are you
deep.
going with some other
Let's-
niggas in their
Ooh.
movies? No, seriously. Why?
So aggressive.
Because that shit sucks. Look, let me tell you something.
It's the game.
I am not going to waste my time being in a relationship with you if you're going out with other niggas. I can also go out with other niggas. I go out with a whole bunch of niggas and fuck a whole bunch of niggas. I'm with you.
So are you? So I want clarification because I'm trying to understand this. Are you telling me that if we are in a relationship together, the only person that I can hang out with is you?
What is the pretense? Is this your friend? Is this just some nigga you fucking? Like, what is it?
But that's what you would need to find out before jumping to that extreme conclusion you
No,
just
that's
gave.
what you need to tell
You
me.
should share that with me.
Well, if you have
You
trust,
know
you're gonna have to have that talk. Damn,
Right,
Adrian,
but
get out of
no,
me.
right. No, but no,
This is taking up about
Well,
life.
since we have trust, you should talk to me about it.
It's
No.
Why?
Wait, hold on. Oh, I think this is about to be a good episode. If we do have trust, if we do have trust,
Why you fuck that jacket?
why are you jumping to the latter before the former? I don't understand. If there is trust, why not just start up the conversation? Oh, hey, you went to the movies? Yeah, me and George went to the movies together. Oh, okay.
Do I know who George is?
Yeah,
Who the fuck is George?
who's George? Is George a friend? Let me finish. Let me have that conversation with you. Y'all are on some like, what the fuck? Yeah, you should be going to the movies. Rah rah.
You damn right.
Dungeon and Dragon. Like,
Damn
what?
right.
I didn't say that. What?
Dungeon and Dragon.
I'm not about to say all this.
Like a Dungeon and Dragon.
No,
Why are we going to the
You should
extreme
bring that to
part?
me. Hey, I'm going to the movies today with so and so. You ain't never met them before, but this is my friend. This is where they come from. Like
We talked about this in the Mister. You should watch the Mister. So my question to you is, you need to know about every conversation that I have with the man.
I don't even know who the hell is George. You can't just be breaking out new niggas all of a sudden like, yeah, I went to the movies with George. Who the fuck is George?
But you would automatically. What would your
If we
mind?
had the trust, you would let me know who the hell George is before you. You're not going to the movies and then coming back like, oh yeah, me and George. I'm gonna tell you from personal experience, that's some sneaky shit. If I already trust you, why are you not telling me the people that you're hanging out with? I'm not saying I'm not being controlled. I'm just saying if this is your friend and I know it's your friend, that's cool. But if you just all of a sudden, I'll give you a prime example. Dude I was with. He had a friend named Rob that I didn't find out about until after he started hanging out with you. He was fucking this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm not gonna sit up here and make it seem like I'm very relationship minded right now. I don't trust nobody. That shit is triggering. For me, that shit is triggering because that's the kind of shit that people do. And it sucks.
So what we're saying is, if you are in a relationship with someone and they have other friend entities that before your partner goes out with these other friend entities, that you need to have a whole discussion about these people first.
No, that's what you're saying. What I'm saying is that if we have the trust, I already know who this person is. You not just slipping. I mean,
but don't you think
perhaps,
they like-
But hold on. Let me add a caveat to that. Let me add,
No. I'm not done. That's for
Talk your
me.
shit, man.
That's for me. I'm not sure what you've experienced, but for them, if we have the trust, we already know who everybody is. There is nothing you can say to me at this point, at my age, 42, all that other shit is games. I ain't got time for games.
Wow.
You gonna be upfront with me, and I'm gonna be upfront with you. You can play devil's advocate as much as you want to, but when we're grown-ups, we know shit about each other.
Yeah.
There are no surprises. There's no time for all that other bullshit.
Business. speaking that shit
Yeah,
today.
that's it.
That's a lot to be held up to, because to be quite honest, I'm 39, and if you were to meet me, you're not gonna know all 39 years worth of people that I know.
What?
So if we've just been talking, no, I wanna, like, I'm being like real. Like, this is some real shit, okay? And I understand everything you're saying, so I'm not gonna act like I don't understand what you are saying.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I feel like that's subscribing to what the overall consensus of what a relationship should be like. But let's break it down a little bit further.
Okay.
Because I've been on this earth for 39 years. Let's just say I've met another dude that's been on this earth for 39 years. We're courting each other. There's no way. In the 5 months that I've known you, you're gonna know every single person that I've come in contact with in my 39 years living on this earth. So what I'm saying is, hold on one second. What I'm saying is, if I randomly run into, because I'm from Orlando, I lived in Orlando for 3 years, going on 4 years. If I randomly say, yo, I'm about to go to the movies with Sheldon, and we're about to go watch Bad Boys 3. Some of y'all have met Sheldon. Y'all may not remember him, but some of y'all have met Sheldon. Sheldon's been on Culture Club.
He's cool.
Okay? You and I start talking. We start talking for 3, 4, 5 months. Sheldon probably never came up. Why? Because Sheldon does not live here. He lives in Orlando. There was no reason for me to mention him to you whatsoever. Sheldon and I have never had sex, never contacted each other physically at all. We are strictly friends. He decides that he wants to come up to Atlanta, which he does often. He said that he might have would have come over to the last party that we had, which was the bomb. If y'all don't live in Atlanta, y'all missing our parties. Like, it's be the bomb.
We'll be lit.
But anyways, he said that he might come up. If he would, I say that again to say, Sheldon's coming up. Y'all about to go to the movies with Sheldon. Who's Sheldon? You've never mentioned him to me before. Oh, okay. Well, let's have this conversation right now.
So
You're saying that that's not possible?
No. That is not the scenario you presented. What you said,
If I went to the movies with somebody,
that's all you said. And I took it as we're together. If we're just talking, I don't give a fuck what you do.
well, some people that have been
5 months,
5 months
shit.
courting could be together.
No, that's that sad, desperate, clingy shit. Like,
Ooh,
after 5
let's not
months-
do that just in case Adrian has.
Don't do my sister like
hang
that.
on, right? Because
Look at the face. She know what I'm talking about. After 5 months.
No, we was just gonna come to club, and you said to all of us that you don't need to know where the left buttock, the birthmark is on the left buttock. You don't need to know that because you are in a relationship with this man. That's what you told us.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
What we're not gonna do is we did.
Who was
I
that
didn't
in a
say
relationship
that.
after 5 months of knowing somebody?
You said, what's the question again?
I do.
The question?
Right,
Really?
Yeah.
said what?
After
Right.
6 months.
right.
What is it, 5 months? What'd you say?
6 months is a long time
You in
to
a
date
relationship?
somebody.
It's really not.
It's
It
not
depends on what you
expensive.
decide to do.
It depends on who the person is.
Whatever the
Which
couple
means after
is.
2 months she's gotten with somebody and they've been in a relationship. I appreciate your bold and bluntness.
I rolled into a relationship with
I ain't
one
never
day.
told you
I'm
that.
loving it.
I ain't never told you that. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. Anyways,
Oh
so
Lord, it's about to happen again.
I'm going down.
Stop again. Go ahead.
We about to get shut out. Come on, Devin.
All right, let's just take our drinks. Go ahead, Adrian.
Don't go ahead.
Talk your shit, Adrian.
Go. I'm listening.
I want to hear it.
Right, shit.
first of all,
What's the drink, baby? Oh, you called it. Thank you.
all right. So first of all, I have never said that. Oh, there's a time limit. Look, you do you. Every relationship is different. If you feel like you need to know somebody a whole year before you get with them, then that's on you. But if you feel like, hey, I have fell in love at first sight, that's on you too. And I have no say on your relationship preferences. Now, next thing, when it comes to cheating, if my partner decides to go out with a person that I don't know about, that is their friend, I expect them to tell me about it. If I do not know about it and it becomes a secret, at that point it's going to be viewed as if it's cheating because it's a secret. So if you can tell me about it, then I think everything is good. I mean, you know, it could
Fixable.
be, yeah. But if you're keeping things a secret when you're going out and you sneaking around with this person, that person, then we got problems.
Who at this table is in a relationship?
Man,
Put your hand up.
Okay. I just wanted to ask real quick. Because
all the bald head people.
that all sounds
Bald-headed bitch.
very controlling. When you are, here's where you have a problem in life. I'm gonna tell you where you have a problem in life. The problem comes up when you say, "I expect." That's problematic right there. Because you can't expect shit from nobody. I expect when we have a table read that all the actors come on time. Does it happen? Clarity fucking doesn't.
You ain't dating the actor.
Clara
You're
doesn't.
not dating the actor.
Clara doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
That-
I say that to say this. Whenever you have an expectation on any human being, you're already in the wrong. Because the same amount of hold on. The same amount of expectations that you have for them, they can have for you. And I damn sure know that ain't nobody at this table motherfucking perfect. Ain't nobody at this table perfect. So, Devin.
Oh, I knew you was coming at me with this. What's up?
Devin, I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm just gonna. All I gotta say, indeed, was your name. At the end of the day, ain't nobody at this table perfect, and everybody has their isms, schisms, and whatever else that they deal with in life. So, like, for example, I'm gonna break it down minuscule, real minuscule to you.
You broke that word down, everybody.
We in a relationship, man.
Okay.
We in a relationship.
Am I getting this half for the A connection money?
Yeah.
We in a relationship.
Who's the top?
We ain't even breaking it down to that.
Oh, we not breaking it down.
We in a relationship, right?
Those are good questions. Those are good questions.
Ben, for whatever reason, doesn't like to cook. I love to cook.
Okay.
Ben expects me to cook every time because I love expectation. Expects me to cook because I love to cook. I'm already taking an L because I'm dealing with somebody who doesn't love to cook. How can we work this out?
There should be a compromise.
Is it really?
What's the compromise? What's the compromise?
So if
Whatever y'all decide.
if I'm a cook, right? If I'm a cook every day, you gonna clean every day.
Well, I'm in that current relationship.
What would you? No, hold on. What would be the expectation of that?
You expect me to
It's a
come home and cook
compromise.
every day. I'm gonna leave them pots right in the sink, and I expect them to be clean.
Well,
you know.
Should I expect you to cook every day
You
because
should not.
cook?
But you
I
should
mean,
expect to eat every day.
No one should have that expectation.
It's called Uber
again,
Eats.
I think it gets to a point of establishment and a standard. If you set a standard, hey, if I tell you I'm a cook every day, then it's expected I'm going to cook every day. Or if I'm not, I should communicate, hey, I'm not cooking today. Here are other plans.
But
now,
see-
in lieu of, since I'm cooking every day, I'm going to say I'm cooking every fucking day. The least you can do then is clean these dishes that I've cooked for you. Now, it's a teamwork process.
It is a teamwork
Now, so
process.
some days I'm not going to cook. So maybe you won't find something else to do. You're going to do something else.
You can go to Wendy's.
Okay.
So then what you're saying is that you do not have the expectation for the person to cook, but your workaround is to communicate this situation with the both of you to establish an understanding, no longer an expectation. Is that what you're saying?
I think the expectation is in the communication.
Right.
I'm expecting you to communicate. So if I know you cook
What are
every
you
day,
expecting me to communicate?
either A, what the menu is, or what our food options are. Because now we've established
Because I'm the cook?
that you're in charge of the food. Because I'm in charge of the cleaning. If we've now communicated and established this, we
No,
know
hold on. Okay,
you're
so
the
let me, I'm wanting to understand what you're saying.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna rewind a little bit. So again, I'm the one that cook. You don't cook.
Mm-hmm.
What's your expectation? Because expectation floated around in this conversation. And what my argument is, we should not have expectations for people. But what is your expectation in that scenario?
My expectation is that you're going to tell me what's going to happen with the food. Because we've established you now as the food person, we've established me now as the post-food person.
But just because I tell you that I cook, That means I'm the food person?
No,
Well, no,
he
so
just
if-
said
if
he
we-
already established in
we-
his relationship
food
that person is going to be the
Yeah,
cook
but
how do
and
we
he's
get
going to be the
there?
cleaner
If we know-
But how
because
do
they
we-
had a conversation
They
about it.
communicated.
They
Yeah,
communicated
Oh, but you're
what
responsible.
they decided
So you-
to
No,
do.
but let me rewind again. Rewind it again. What I'm saying is, before we even get to a conversation that establishes all the rules,
Then there can't be any expectations. You can expect
that's my point.
Yeah, so I mean,
That's
you can
what I'm
expect-
trying to get to. Do you have an expectation? Is what I'm trying to get to.
I don't-
And you're saying that there is
I don't
no
have any expectations I haven't discussed because you need to be clear of my expectations.
You need.
Okay.
You should have the expectation of communication.
Yeah, so
that should be the base.
Well, communication is just a given. You need in
It's
order
not-
to
it's not.
no,
It's not
but
really
no.
not.
What I'm saying in the sense
That
of it
should be
being
the
a
minimum
given.
communication.
In order for anyone to understand anyone, there needs to be some communication. You can't just beat somebody off a jack and completely understand who this person is without communication.
Which should be your first expectation. Communication.
I don't put expectation on that. Expectation deals with a lot of control, and ain't nobody controlling me. Okay?
No.
It is.
Your expectation
Expectation
can come
is-
out of the communication, and I think that's what everybody
Once
at the table
communication is
said.
established,
But that's what
then
the
you
whole
can have
point.
expectation.
But whenever you come up with a relationship with someone, when you decide to have a relationship with someone, expectations are given to each other, or guidelines or parameters within your relationship, whatever that is, and that is established before or while you're in your relationship. You have the communication, it's ongoing. Expectations can change due to different things changing in your relationship, and whenever you establish whatever that is for you guys, and whatever your relationship is, whatever the couple, throuple, whatever it is, you establish what the expectations that needs to be met or desires that you have for that relationship.
Well spoken.
Thank you.
So at the end of the day, what Benjamin said is that he expects me to cook every day. If I say I'm the cook and he's not the cook, Benjamin said he has a lot of expectations in his relationship, and what is not going to happen is what he don't want to happen.
Benjamin did not say that.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of
Benjamin did not say that.
I know you do, Fred, and I know she do. I know she do.
I look at expectations as
And I'm just learning about you. I'm a little lenient on you because you with the poly stuff. But I know she got something, and I know you do too, because you tell me every day.
And
so
my
again,
expectations will be, and my expectations
Will
will
be
be communicated.
fulfilled.
yes, communication.
Yes.
Before we even get to the concept of you needing to know who I go to the movies with, it's established that we're going to have that kind of communication whenever a new person comes up. Hey, baby, let me just let you know, hey, I know you had your life before me, and I've had my life before you.
Fucking damn.
What?
What movie is this? I'm
trying to
parent.
What?
That's the next
I'm
thing
trying
to
to
write.
what
No,
narrative
it's the
you're pushing,
Wesley
like-
Henderson.
No, I'm pushing
It's
the
not a Tyler
narrative
Perry, it's a
of
Wesley
the fact that he said out his mouth
Listen.
that if I go to the movies with somebody, he would have already known that this person existed. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy to think that, because I have my friend list is long.
That's not crazy.
It is
Like,
crazy.
So okay, so
If this person, if I gave the scenario, if Sheldon does not live in Atlanta, why am I even talking about Sheldon? Why is he even in the conversation?
So my boyfriend said they've heard your name, they've heard his name. So I was like, oh, I'm about to go watch a movie with Wes. They'd be like, oh, okay.
But you're on a show called Frinergy that is involved with my network.
Right.
They're going to hear about us.
Right.
If
Right.
Sheldon does not live in Atlanta and me and Sheldon don't frequently talk, when is Sheldon coming up in conversation?
When you tell them that you're about to go to the movies with Sheldon.
Hey, babe.
and that then, right then and there. But he's not going to know about.
He's somebody you know from
So
when you
he's
was
not-
in
He's not going to
saying-
know about
he's
Sheldon.
not
That's
saying
the
that
point.
he knows
That's the
every
point that I'm trying to
He's
say.
not saying he's know every person in your life. But
That's what he
he's
just
saying
said. He just
knows.
you
What he-
no. Did you not say that?
I know exactly what you
Yes, you did.
That's
No,
not what he
that's
said.
not what he
That's
did.
not what he meant.
Mark Charles, cut it out. Yes, you did.
That's not what he said.
that's not what he said.
That's not what he said.
You
My
said
name
you.
is Adrian Cannon. Get it right.
Don't
Anyway,
do that.
look.
Then you're-
You did not say that.
I want to hear. I want to explain.
You did not say that.
I want to hear him
You
explain.
presented a scenario that made it seem like we're together. If we have already been established that we're together, I'm going to know.
Who Sheldon is automatically.
I'm already going to know who that is because you're going to be like, oh yeah, my man. Because in passing in a conversation,
But he doesn't live here.
it doesn't fucking matter.
He's made plans.
So basically,
And that's the problem. People don't get to know each other. That's what it is. So these
you're
are the things
saying-
that we would have had conversations that would have led to you saying something about Sheldon. And when you told me he was in Atlanta, I'd have been like, oh, all right, fine, go have fun. The way that you presented it was like all of a
Came
sudden,
out of nowhere.
here comes some new nigga.
Like, me and Sheldon going out of town.
So that was your fault.
Sheldon. Like,
no, it's not.
Actually,
It's not
no,
my fault.
no.
I'm speaking from the life that I have held since 2005. I've come across a lot of people. A lot of people claim to know me, and I don't know them. So there's a lot of people from New York all the way to Orlando and down to Atlanta. There's a lot of people. So loud as it's given, Vic knows about everybody in Orlando.
Okay.
Because he knows about everybody in Orlando. But there's maybe 2 or 3 people that I may have never mentioned because there's no point. It's just no point. There's no point in talking about them.
But if this is your
But
friend,
if he just all of a sudden comes up is like, yo, I'm in Atlanta, what's up? I remember you lived here now. Like, what's good? What you up to? Oh, I'm chilling in the house with Vic, da da da. Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna be here for Pride. We just had Pride. Yo, we should hang out, we should link up.
yeah.
What's the problem?
hey, babe, this person called me. They want to go hang out.
That literally happened to me.
He tried not to hear my point.
You did not engrave
I understand.
What I know
I don't understand why he don't wanna hear my point of
Wesley
view.
Adrian situation. We're not talking about Mark Charles.
We didn't
We're
say
talking
that.
about we're talking about something that
You
you and I
mentioned
can
him.
clearly
I was like, he's on
understand. We can
Go to the bathroom reading.
right. She's still trying to talk.
Still reading. You go
And
to
she
the
off
bathroom.
screen.
We will never.
Right, we're sitting right next to Mark Charles. He was on the debates. I don't know if you saw him. He was the fly on Mike Pence's head.
He had the eyebrows.
Right.
Oh my god.
All right, and so are you saying? No, you say that you didn't know about everybody and it was cool.
Yeah, because he don't know
You
about
didn't give him the
everybody.
3rd degree.
No.
I know he don't know
He
about everybody.
ain't never messed up.
I know him.
I mean, apparently I don't know about everybody either. Elliot style.
Y'all doing the most.
But no, we've communicated that, and when he had the friend come in town, shut up, Wes. We had that friend come in town. It was not a big issue because he never really messed up. He never did. And when he's out with people, he tends to communicate me a little too much. I'm like, bitch, go have fun. Just like, I'm here. He established that on his own. So
Those are safety measures too.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel like now, like my boyfriends, like they wouldn't, like they don't know all my friends. Like I feel like we communicate.
They should though. That's what Ben said.
That is.
Well, I mean, they don't, I don't think that's not what he said, but it's not realistic to know every person I've ever met in the entire
That's what he
world.
said.
That is not what I
If I
I'm
make
so confused. How did you not say that?
No, I'm confused. See, you gaslighting niggas. That's
That's exactly what it is.
gaslighting niggas. I will not fall for this shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I will not fall for this shit.
You said the expectation is that you know who these people are.
if we're in a relationship,
But he's in a relationship, and he just said out his mouth he doesn't know everybody.
But and it's not because I personally, like, I'm not gonna know every time I hear a name, like, oh, that's so and so. But I also know if I don't know somebody, like, if they're like, hey, I'm about to go out with Brian. Oh, okay. Who's Brian? Like,
Exactly.
You're
Right.
gonna tell me, but they're gonna. They should. Like,
So I'm
if it's
gonna
out there, they should
explain
tell
this.
us.
So hold
Hey,
on.
I'm going out with my friend Brian. You know, like
but
I know I never talked about them before, but this is where they're from. This is what
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Have fun.
So everybody hears things differently. Clearly, everybody hears
Stop
things
coming for my
differently.
sister.
No, she been coming for me all night,
No, I haven't.
and into
She
tomorrow.
been-
Stop coming
No,
for
I
my
Look at
sister.
this camera off. It's gonna glass.
it's not gonna be
No, I haven't.
on and popping.
No, so like realistically, I've had a couple drinks. This is not piss water.
This is wine.
This
This is why
is
we should do wine every culture club. The wine
We
don't
should all just
stop.
buy a bottle of. Well, I'm gonna be late, so I'll have to get mine in advance.
Why don't you get it?
I'll get a bottle, but
I'll
I'm gonna
bring
be
the first
late.
one and you bring the next one.
Oh no, we should all. we
So
should all
I'm really
bring
no,
popcorn and
I'm really trying to. Maybe I'm the only one at this table that's lost. Finally, I guess. But I'm really trying to understand where you're coming from because what you said was, and I remember hearing
Yes.
that the expectation was that you would already know who that person was.
If this is your
So
friend,
then, okay. So then I came in and said that there are quite a few individuals that Vic never heard of because there's no reason for me to speak about this particular individual. So we are, but I don't. No, correction. We're not. So I don't use friends loosely. So let me just say that I would just say I don't use friends loosely. But again, maybe it's because I am who I am, and then other people are who they are. Maybe they don't have as many people in their life, or maybe they haven't met that many people. But there are a lot of fucking people that have crossed in my life. I'm not going to speak about everybody, especially if you're not relevant. Relevant means, have I seen you in the last 3 months? I haven't, so you're not.
Not 3 months.
We're not friends.
So, on top of that, but again, everybody.
You can talk to them, can't you?
Yes. I can talk to everybody.
You got a best friend that you ain't seen in a minute, and
but
she's relevant.
That's clear.
You see her all the time. I mean, you talk to her.
That's clear as that.
Right.
That's
not just seen, talk to as well.
That's way understood. But we're talking about best friend of over 25 years. We're not talking about a friend.
Right. That's why I'm making sure that it is clear that you don't necessarily have to see them.
Clear as
talk to
that.
them.
I wrote a show about her. Stemming from her.
What show you wrote?
Tiffany and Jones.
Tiffany and Jones. Her name is
Tiffany
Jones.
is my best friend.
And I get to play the best friend.
That. That's cool.
I can't wait to meet her.
See, you never told me the concept.
I met her over the phone.
And we've known
She's
each
nice.
other for over a year. Well, almost a year.
Wow. Like over a year.
It hasn't been over a year?
It's been over a year.
Clear as day. My point has just been proven. Thank you. I was about to say Charles. But thank you, Adrian. My point has been proven. We have known each other for, like she said, over a year. And you have never known that Tiffany Jones was my actual best friend, and that the show Tiffany and Jones was named after her. And so what my point is if Tiffany decided to come to town and I go hang out with Tiffany, you gonna give me the third motherfucking degree because you ain't never heard of her?
No, you should be able to say clearly, hey, my best friend Tiffany.
That's what I would have learned about you during communication phase early on. Because I doubt you would have waited a whole year to tell me that your best friend.
Even Devin don't know that. She's the only one that knows that information. I'm pretty sure Devin didn't know that either.
What?
And that Tiffany Jones.
No. I would have known who she was in that time where we were establishing a connection. And if you didn't tell me something like that, that says more about you.
It doesn't. That
means you just remain.
That's horrible that you would say that, because that's not what that necessarily means.
That's exactly what that means.
It doesn't.
You are super guarded. Tiffany, when you get to know somebody, these are the things that come up. If it's somebody exposed to you,
what you believe is what you believe are the
same
things.
page with that though.
So what you're doing, for the people out there that think like me, you're proving my point. You have certain expectations laid out, and if things don't happen the way that you see that they should, then it's a problem.
Then why the hell would I be with somebody that doesn't meet my expectations?
Well,
that's the whole thing.
That's why you're not with someone right now, because they didn't meet your expectations.
Oh my God!
I said what I said. You said what I was saying.
But that's not the same thing, though.
No, that's how it is for me. I didn't find somebody that met my expectations, and that's why I'm single.
And that's not a bad thing.
I broke up with the last guy, because of that. He didn't meet to what I want for my life. He was a great guy. He just wasn't for me, and I just haven't found someone right now that has no.
Why don't you say his name out loud?
No. No. He didn't even.
I ain't cutting it out.
He didn't make the boyfriend list.
I was like, if he did, we had a problem.
He wasn't the boyfriend. He was somebody I talked to. But anyways,
Great sex. Sorry.
Child.
Anyways,
I ain't the only one that say off-coof stuff.
I get up our way.
No, cool.
anyways, I haven't met anybody yet. That's why I'm not with anybody right now. That has met what I want and what I could be.
Like expectations.
My expectations. I don't even think there's a.
That's the whole point of this conversation.
I don't think it's. I have standards.
Can we
things that I
normalize
want for
having
myself.
expectations? Like, you shouldn't just be going after just anything.
Hello.
Say you have
I mean, just to say you have somebody, that's the problem now.
That-
So if you think I have expectations, I do.
Yes.
You can't be stupid. You can't not know how to have a conversation. You can't be pretty and dumb. If those things upset you, I don't care. That's why I'm single now. I'm never going to settle just for anybody. And if it means I have to have expectations, fuck it. Fuck it.
What the? I feel. What
Oh, now
7 is going on here?
7:30. So I guess I'll never get a man. And you know what? That's fine.
You don't
I
need
got
a man
me.
because you got me.
And I got you. And I got you.
But
Yes.
he in a relationship,
What you gonna do
though.
with
He
you?
in a relationship.
I
What you
just
do?
feel like-
Right, what? Right.
I feel like
Elliot's
relationships-
expectation is that you would not be, right.
he don't have.
He's talking about the fact that he has friends that
'Cause I look
he
at
feels that
friendships-
is fulfilling his life
Yeah.
for right now until he ever finds that.
So
that
he labels
person.
me as a friend, but he didn't know about Tiffany and Jones. Right.
Because you never.
So my point has been
Right.
proven.
Right.
There is no way, right? There is no way that you're going to know about everybody in my life. Period. I said what I
I didn't know that
said.
because you didn't tell me.
I said right. So if Sheldon comes to town and wants to go to the movies, he should not be giving me the third degree. He should just understand that this is a friend that lives in Orlando that decided to come to Atlanta. I'm going out with my friend. Who is Sheldon? A friend from Orlando. What other questions do
Are
we
you
have?
are you discussing that prior to the event or afterwards? I think that makes a difference as well.
No, well, yeah, no. So, like, for prime example, tonight, Sheldon hits up. Hey, you want to go to Bulldogs? Because it's Thursday. I'm the only one in this group that frequents Bulldogs. I would love for Adrian to come one night. Would love for
I would
her.
love to.
Oh my God, we would have a
can't
blast.
wait.
We would have a blast.
We keep talking.
So,
I will.
Olivia came and she don't, and Olivia hadn't been in like 1,000 years, but when she did
She ain't
go,
grown.
when she did go,
She ain't
she had an amazing time. She had an amazing time. But, irregardless, so
It's on my-
Sheldon has, oh, I want to go to Bulldogs.
it for you.
Hey, babe, I'm about to go to Bulldogs with Sheldon.
Bye.
Who? No, you wouldn't say that. You would say,
Do I know who
you
Sheldon
would say,
is?
who's Sheldon?
Why do
And then I would
And that's
say,
not-
and then I would
that's
say,
no
and then, right. So let me answer. I would say, oh, a buddy of mine from Orlando. Oh, why haven't I never heard of him before?
That's
just
not what
never-
he said that he was
just
gonna
never
do.
came up.
That's not what he said.
Oh my God.
So what would you? So let's have this conversation. Improv for the actors. Subscribe to watch ACTV.
Oh,
That's Quan.
Benjamin comes into the house. Hey babe, how you doing? Hey babe, how you doing?
Who am I? Do I?
Come on,
You're the boy. Right, you got it.
Hey.
Hey babe, how you?
what's
So
going on?
listen, I just got a call from Sheldon that he's coming to town. And
Oh, Sheldon, your friend from Orlando? Yeah, go have fun.
I've never spoken to you. I've never spoken to you about Sheldon. You don't know who he is.
Oh, I don't know who it is. All right, go ahead.
Oh, so we're starting over?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Come on.
Hey, what's up, baby?
Hey, babe, how you doing?
I'm good.
Y'all kiss.
How was it?
I'm just gonna follow it. That's how I greet my niggas. Like, hey, man,
All right, direct
I love you so far. Yo. Don't hurt yourself, girl. Don't hurt yourself.
that's why I trust issues now. Ain't no affection.
That's all been. That's all been.
Ain't no affection.
That's all
why I
been. He
got
coming to the
trust
house, my
issues.
legs is open.
Yes.
Watch ACTV.
Right. Right, come on, man. Let's get this going.
Hey, baby, what's going on?
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Y'all
I'm good. What you got going on tonight?
Well, a buddy of mine, I can't do this without laughing because I done fucked up the thing. Sheldon hit me up and he wanted to go to Bulldogs.
Fucking Sheldon.
Sheldon is an old friend from Orlando.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
He said.
You're lying.
How am I lying?
You're lying. That would not be it. Don't do this for the camera, because all episode
acting right.
you basically,
I
you
literally went through
basically,
that and I did the same thing. I was like, okay, we'll go.
I
child.
look at
Anyways,
if you can tell me, you
If
can tell
you
me
can
who
tell me
they
up
are
front,
and where they're from.
and you would let that be it.
Don't come.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
come
need
after.
Just don't let it be a surprise.
Yeah,
The way you
don't come after the
presented
fact.
it,
When
Like,
it's-
oh, hey,
if
what's
somebody
up?
else is
You
reporting
a
on
slick
you,
motherfucker, yo.
Don't let nobody else tell me your business. Don't let nobody else ever tell me your business.
Don't you get caught on
Sorry,
Instagram
I'm
on
not
a story and you be like, hold on,
That was it. Like,
who this woman? Who this woman?
Harpo, who this woman?
Harpo, who this woman? Like, don't let nobody tell you.
I think I'm the only person
No, you ain't
that
the only one.
understands that everyone has had a life before you, and everyone will have a life after you.
And they
Why you make that thing like you?
How are you the only person?
I mean,
Because she literally just said that she would have had to know who Harpo is before Harpo is on somebody's social media. And at the end of the day, that's damn near impossible unless you're in a really constructed, non-free-forming
Okay,
relationship.
I think you took that out of context. But what I said was that if you're going out with someone and then they didn't tell me, they didn't tell me about it beforehand, or even if they tell me afterwards, because sometimes you can go to work and then hey yo, we went and you probably didn't have time to tell me. That's fine, but as long as that's cool too. That text message is good too. But what I'm saying is sometimes it may happen. It may happen, but as long as you're forthcoming and no one is telling on you, and even if they told me ahead of time, and then you came home, hey baby, I'm like, hey, what you do?
So
and you
I'm
tell me, I'm cool. But if you're not forthcoming and it's a secret,
that's a lie.
We having a
I'm
problem.
gonna tell y'all. So here's I'm bold and blunt.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna tell you about a little situation that happened in my current situation, right? So, I was at the house, not doing nothing. It was a bored day. It was a really bored day. Vic was out working, doing his work thing, dizzle for shizzle, my nizzle. And so, I get a random call from an actor from A Connection TV, the network,
Probably wasn't.
and said, hey, what are you doing right now? Oh, I'm not doing nothing. Oh, well, I was thinking that we could hang out, da-da-da. What you thinking? I'm like, in my head, I'm like, a movie had came out. I wanted to see a movie. Asked Vic if he wanted to see the movie. He was busy, he had to work. Like, okay, well, maybe I could go with this actor. Maybe. So I'm like, well, this movie is playing. I was thinking about going to see the movie. He was like, oh, okay, cool.
Was it Tenet?
Let's go see the movie.
I'm
So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll meet you up there. So we go to the movie. This is an actor. Want no parts of this person. Not even thinking about this person. This person was not even in my radar. Okay, until he called me and said, hey, what's up? So we went to the movies, right? I end up having to take this person home because this person doesn't have a car. I come back home. Hey, how's it going? Oh, everything's cool. I went to the movies. Oh yeah, did you like the movies? Yeah, the movie was great. It was alright, but it wasn't all that. Whatever. Okay, cool. How was your day? My day was cool. Da da da. This and that and the third. So I guess the expectation that these four are spitting out was that I should have said that I went to the movies with an actor. But I didn't say that. I just said I went to the movies.
That's a major omission.
Which was what it was. I went to the motherfucking movies with somebody that is not even a factor. So, in my mind, but into his mind, it was a factor.
Yeah.
So, when, long story short, some random ass person, whoever, I don't know this motherfucking person, tells Vic, hey, I seen Wesley at the movies with somebody.
See, somebody told you.
Right.
That's when it's a problem.
You just had a conversation, but you just talked about it. And so now that this random ass person said that, hey, I saw Wesley at the movies with somebody, now it's a 91,000 motherfucking questions for me. Because my point to that is why. You know what? Hold on before we finish, because I'm about to go in.
Oh Lord.
Why? When we're in this house. Why? When you're with a man that's trying to build the next Netflix. Why? When you look at said actor and that person is not even on my motherfucking radar in terms of attraction. Why is it that much of a concern for you that I went to the movies with someone that's a non-motherfucking factor? I'll tell you why. Because the world has established that the expectation is XYZ and elemental P. Is Victor and I still in a relationship? Yup. because the grass ain't greener on no other side. Period. So at the end of the day, I said what I said to say what I'm saying again. You can have your expectations and all of that is great, but make sure it's expectations that is established from you and not from the world, because these four told me or implied that I would have been in the wrong. But what would have been wrong is if I actually was trying to do something with the actor, if I actually was trying to fornicate with the actor, if I actually wanted something to happen with the actor, if I was actually...
I only play 2K and Tekken.
Can we play a video game?
that video game.
What do you got to do tonight? So, two things. I'm sorry. I want to watch episode 6 and I want to play a video game with you.
That's cool.
Okay.
I play 2K and Tekken.
I didn't play that dot game. I didn't get to play that dot game.
I don't know where I was. I don't know where. Well, the family, you haven't played it yet? Oh, it's right over there. We can play that too. But the family. So, the person that thought that they were doing something by telling Vic what had happened or whatever, what the fuck?
Trying to
be messy.
Trying to be messy.
I wasn't holding hands. We weren't sharing popcorn. If you know me, which a lot of these, well, some of them may know me. I don't know if they know me. But if you know me, I paid it all the way dust. Like, if you think that you're going to get my attention like that, like, you need to really, really be there. Okay? And if it was remotely going to be there, Vic would have known all of that stuff. But the reason why he didn't know was because it was a non-motherfucking factor. Okay? And so, I say all that to say this. Now we're at a point where I think we're in a position to trust. Because that's where thoughts will come into mind when you don't trust. Mm-hmm. And at the point where it was like, oh, somebody, well, I shouldn't have had to find out from that person before, well, why am I finding out, Because this person decided to tell you. But we can have a conversation now about it if you want to. Matter of fact, you could call the actor. Want to? Don't do that. Don't challenge me. And don't even think that you can control me with your heteronormative ways of how a relationship is supposed to go. That's not how it works over here. I'm 39 years old. Ain't nobody gonna tell me who to hang out with, when to hang out with, why to hang out with, how to hang out with. That's not how this works. And so it sucks hearing that a lot of y'all would have been in that same wavelength, having a problem with it, this, and that, and the third.
The problem consists when you made the omission. If you would have said, hey, I went with Adrian, I don't think that he would have had a problem. It
wouldn't have been no question.
I went with Martell.
But that's how
he would have had
know.
a problem with it. He would, and I think he wouldn't have had a problem with anybody in ACTV. But it's just the point that you did not say it,
right.
and it was reported later.
Even as you were telling the story, I almost felt like you went out of your way to not mention.
Yeah, because
but that's how much
the movies.
But see, the difference with the point that y'all need to understand with trying to understand me, because that just shows that y'all aren't there yet. If I don't mention something, that's how you know it ain't even all that deep.
But also,
that's the difference.
People, and don't mention them as well.
Why you're like, I
wouldn't mention the person I'm cheating with either. I mean, that is the reason why the omission is the issue, because you wouldn't want them to know that you was dealing with XYZ person, because that's the reason why you ain't mention that person either. Now, if you that dang on good that you want to say, hey, I went out with Chucky, and Chuck, and you actually have an attraction to Chucky, and every time you go out with Chucky, you let your mate know, hey, I went out with Chucky on Friday and Saturday and Sunday too, if you that bold and blunt, then okay. But when you are in a relationship with someone and you decide you want to cheat, you are not going to tell them I was out here
today. Like,
with Chucky.
who's Lisa?
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Going to the movies is not cheating, and especially going to the movies with
We didn't say that
going
was
to the
cheating.
movies with an employee is not cheating.
But
We're
you
not
didn't
saying
tell them that.
it.
You just told them
It wasn't that it was
Right.
cheating. It wasn't that the action
not
was
much of a-
cheating. It was the point
Oh,
that
I get
if
what
you,
you're saying.
it was
don't.
the point.
Bitch,
No,
don't do that.
no.
Don't do that.
I get what
Nobody
you're
gets
saying.
what I'm saying.
No. We get what you're saying.
There should be no conversation.
It shouldn't be no
Just 'cause
problem
doesn't
with you
mean
letting them know
there should be no
that that's what you're
conversation.
doing because so it won't be any blowback later.
I would've did it differently.
Because even
You said you wouldn't have?
if I was in
Would
the
have
same
done it.
situation, if I was in the same situation and I did not let that person know, hey, I went with Susie Mae to the let's not say Susie Mae. We'll go back to Chucky. If I went to the if I went to the movies with Chucky,
You can't trust Susie.
I'm not gonna.
Right.
I'm not gonna.
I mean,
You know what I mean? Then I can understand from my partner, hey, why you didn't let me know that Chucky was there?
'Cause
And
that's
I
part
just
of the
found out from
experience.
Jamie that Chucky
That's
went
part
with
of what you did.
Like, that's
I went
the
to the
issue.
movies with somebody.
Because
Don't by yourself.
because if you told your partner, hey, I went to the movies with Chucky, your partner are now armed with that information.
That's a strong word. Armed.
That's what they are armed with that information.
That's me holding called you like, hey girl,
I'm gonna give you the caveat. I'm gonna give you the caveat. I'm gonna give you the caveat. You know what armed should be? Trust. Because if this said person comes, oh, I saw he was at the movie. Oh yeah,
Trust
cool.
them.
Yeah, I know he was at the movies. Boom.
But now I have to lie.
That's it.
Now I have to lie on your behalf because you didn't tell me the truth.
No. He knew I went to the movies. There's no lie there.
But he didn't know.
He didn't know
you
went
went
to
show.
Okay.
And that's again, if all I hear is, hey, I saw your man, he was at the movies. Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah, he was with Chucky.
He was with who?
We didn't mention that part.
Who he was with?
We talked about AMC theaters. We didn't talk about Chucky.
We talked about Camp Quick 10, but
Right.
Right, like you got the AMC movie pass.
And you
How
know
did
what
he get in here?
the problem with that is, I understand why people have that mentality, but that argument could have broke us up today. If there was an argument, let me just say that.
It could.
There was a disagreement or a misunderstanding of what the expectation was. But that could have
So what was
potentially-
the expectation?
The expectation was what y'all mentioned no name.
His name, we already know.
But we have people
That's your
like
name, that's your
XYZ and Liminal P
Damn.
that will do something strange for a piece of change and
biggest star on the show.
and get in people's DMs and try to blah 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 blah. We have those individuals.
I don't know.
That's not the person.
You know who it is.
That's
I
not
do
the
know who
person.
it is.
That's not the
That's why when
person.
he first started
That's not the person
mentioning
that I went to the movie
when he
with.
first mentioned the scenario, I was like, it's probably me. And then when he kept going, I said, oh, that wasn't me.
That was
Because I was like, because of that notion of we do
Yeah, we
hang
spend time
out
together.
now, but it's not a whole lot of time. But
But
we do hang
had
out.
you went-
We hang out a whole lot more with my children in here. That's when I have a whole lot more time. That's why I can't wait to go with you.
We've been to
Bulldogs.
Six Flags and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like.
Y'all ain't
And
been
with
Six Flags
it,
for me yet.
with
So
it.
we
hang
might tell
out
we
with
gonna
actors.
go.
That's fine. I don't hang out
But
with
at the end of the day, I understand. I would hope that I understand Vic a little bit more. But I understand Vic a little bit more now, in that he needs all of that reassurance to feel more comfortable. But at the end of the day, regardless of whether I tell you or don't tell you, that does not fucking mean that I'm out here doing something. And that's the problem with this world. To think that just because I don't mention something who's a situation non-motherfucking factor, that I'm out here doing something, that's insecurity to me. That's you got a problem before I do. We need to establish ground rules so that we have a clear understanding of who we're actually in a relationship with. Period.
But so not impaired. Like I was with for safety concerns. Like I'm out here with so and so.
So also on that, my little ism was that I needed to know the address of where Vic was going all the time. And in the beginning, he had a problem with that. He thought that was a controlling aspect. And I'm like, for me, it's not, because if something happens to you, I need to know where you were last.
So I
if something happens,
but I want you to know who I'm with.
No.
I don't care all about that. I don't
But
know.
it
That's
can be one or the
that's
other.
but no, that's
don't play
a
that
Wesley
shit.
thing.
But
for
that,
me. But that's a Wesley
different
thing for
people
me.
have different standards.
Also for me on that, I feel like if I at least know where you were and what was going on, because he does massages and all of that. So I'm like, at least I could tell your parents something. The problem for me is you've given me the responsibility to care about you now because we've been in a relationship for a while. I've got
me a responsibility.
yes.
You've
yes.
taken that. I feel like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I know I'm very hard.
You've given me the responsibility of
I
carrying
can never
about
be.
you.
I can never be
Yes.
his boyfriend. We'll be better.
Because I would be like,
We'll be
No,
better
because the problem
whole
is
time.
what people fail to realize is that there is a certain responsibility that you have with getting into a relationship. Whether it's the responsibility that you want or whether it's the responsibility that the world tells you that you're supposed to have. So I put both of those together. Me as a person, when I care about you, that's a weight. It's not like a beautiful thing in the world for my heart to be given to someone. It's a responsibility, it's a weight. So yes, I go back to saying, when I start caring about you, that is a responsibility that you need to have, that you need to feel like it is important to you. Because you just going around the world and do whatever you want to do, it's not going to sit well with me because if something happens to you, what am I saying to your parents? Then if I don't have anything to say to your parents, what does that say about me? Those are all weights that if I was single, I wouldn't have to worry about. So yes, that's what I mean. That when I'm in a relationship, those are certain responsibilities that are put on to me.
Like even if it's your friends, like if we go out or something and something happens to me and you're the only one that knows about it.
My friends rip me to shreds every time I ask them. Like for example, when a friend of mine went on a plane to go somewhere out of state, I said, "What's your flight information? Why you need to know? Why you want to know all my flight information? What's da 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 da?"
Yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable.
That's a
I already
safety
gave it to you though.
Oh, so y'all agree?
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
give
it's
you
a
that.
Oh wow, they
You're
agree
really
with
trying
me.
it right now, because
they
that's not-
agree. Oh my God, that is so
I can't
unbelievable.
with you.
I can't believe
with
I
you.
said something that the four of them agree
Just like,
with.
wait a minute, just like you tell me, just like he tells me from time to time, not all the time, but from time to time he'll say, Adrian, text me when you get home. And make sure Benji
He does it.
does
They both
that,
do it.
And she be,
to me.
why you want to know what time
I
I
ain't
get home?
never told you
Why you
that.
want to know?
I ain't
That's
never-
none of your business.
Have I ever said that? I have never told you that.
Because that doesn't sound
No,
unreasonable.
never said
Like,
that.
hey, because I do all the time. I'm
And-
sure when I get home, just so someone knows I'm safe. Like,
Period.
That's a safety thing.
So do y'all understand that?
but that's also, hey, this is who I'm with. Why? For safety concerns. So you know who the fuck I'm with. Like, I didn't know who I need to run up on if something happened.
Hey,
My nigga's with you
there.
last. What's up?
That
Facts.
part.
let me pick him out.
Because let me tell you,
At the end of the day, I will say this: if I allowed myself to apply all the conventional means of being in a relationship, I wouldn't be in a relationship today because the relationship that we have don't fit the conventional means. Everybody knows that Vic is a stripper. Every time I mention that, hey, Vic is, I could never be in a relationship with a stripper. Oh my God, I can't believe that you're in a relationship with a stripper.
But that's what he. That's your.
But
you're able
everybody
to handle it.
everybody at this table thinks that Vic is the best thing since sliced
He
bread.
is a wonderful guy.
Right.
That's my man.
I
He loves Sierra.
I
Right.
love him to
Yes,
pieces.
And
He doesn't.
Victor loves Sierra, right, Vic?
And he doesn't.
And he doesn't.
But I say all that to say this again.
I
You
love
cannot allow conventional, heteronormative, societal means to dictate the type of relationship you should be in. Because would you date a stripper?
yeah.
Would you date
Hell
a stripper?
yeah. Fuck. See, that's because you don't know me.
I did that.
Let it know.
Would you date a stripper?
No.
I have dated
Would
plenty
you
of
do?
strippers and porn stars.
Okay.
Well,
More porn comments.
it is what it
And then
is.
I don't have any problems with other people doing it. I say, do you? But like,
That's just
it's
not
just
for
for
you.
me.
And that's
yeah.
okay.
And that's
it's just for me.
and exactly what's wrong with that? Everybody
Nothing.
has what works for them.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this video and what I'm trying to get through to
And I loved
everybody.
it.
I'm not saying you have to adhere to what I go through with relationships. I'm not saying, I hope you're not saying I have to adhere to what you're going through with relationships. But at the end of the day, what we do for us works for us. I just believe that you should look at all of the list of expectations that you have for someone, because are they really unrealistic? And are you missing out on your actual boo because you have all of the expectations? Benjamin, Adrian.
Oh, you better stop
never.
right there.
I was
Never
saying
that.
because
Never that.
expectations
Never
ain't
that.
going nowhere.
Never that. Never that. I don't have super high expectations. My standards are very basic. It's just, really hard
So
to find
says
that
you.
person. No, it's basic.
Give me 5 basic standards.
I would like to have someone that is considerate, someone that is
That's broad.
trustworthy. Exactly the point. The basics.
Consider it by your definition.
basics.
Because considerate to y'all would have been me telling him who I went to the movies with. That was
Exactly. That's
right.
consideration.
That's broad.
Exactly.
That's
So anyway,
broad.
you
That's
just
broad.
no,
And
it
at the end
ain't.
of
No,
the
it
day-
ain't. That's
at the end of the day,
consideration.
we're still in
That's
a
consideration of my
relationship.
feelings. That's
We're still in a
consideration.
relationship.
That's consideration for the relationship. That's consideration, and I would have made sure that that would have been communicated on what I mean by consideration.
Here's what I would say that would
in
be.
those details.
Here's what I would say where something would be off, right? If this person says, hey, I saw Wesley at the movies with somebody, and then he says, hey, who did you go to the movies with? And I say, nobody. That's where there's a problem. But that's not what happened, because I tell facts, okay? If this tell you all about my life, decided to tell you all about my life, and I lied about it, then that would be problematic.
That's what we
That
said.
would be like me at work.
That's what we
If I'm
said
at-
from
if
the
I'm at
very
work.
beginning. Ain't that right?
No,
Did
we
you?
didn't say that.
Yes, we did. I said, now, if I asked you about something, if you didn't tell me because you didn't have the opportunity to, you came home, and I said, hey, what you do today? I went to blah, 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 split. Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Who you go with? Nobody.
But that's not what happened.
That was
But
a
I still,
lie.
to me,
That's not what happened.
I know, and that's what I
That's
said.
not what
I said
happened.
that earlier. I said that would make it a problem. I said that would be a problem.
I still feel like the initial admission, like if you
Yeah.
told me I went to the movies,
And you didn't tell me who you went with.
Well, you're
and then
missing-
somebody
you're
else,
missing major details
and
of that.
somebody else told me about that, and it's like, hold on, wait a minute. Why
What's
why
so
we missing the
unbothered?
details?
At the end of the day,
What's so
we're
unbothered?
still in a relationship.
And I'm so
Why?
happy for you.
Why?
I hope y'all,
Because
I hope y'all get married.
Why?
I'll be
Because
right there.
Why?
I'll be
Because
right there.
Why? Because
I can't
I'm
wait.
teaching
Better have a
him.
bar.
I'm
Top
teaching
shelf.
him.
Teaching him
I'm
with
teaching him.
expectations.
No.
How ironic.
Wait.
Let me. Can y'all listen to learn? Oh, I'm teaching him that people aren't the same. That the way that Benjamin thinks, the way that Adrian thinks,
Who are
the
you
way that
teaching?
everybody thinks, it's not the same. Because clearly y'all are all on one accord, and I'm not. So that's what needs to be taught. Is that everyone doesn't think like y'all. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone does not think like y'all. I'm a part of the everyone. I don't think the way that y'all do. And because I did not do what y'all felt I should have subscribed to do, means that I'm in the wrong? No. It doesn't mean that I'm in the wrong.
Wesley, nobody thinks that you're in the wrong, but what we do think is that you have your opinion and you are so strong in your conviction that you won't hear
Anybody else?
come on.
I heard everything that y'all said. That's why we're even talking about it now.
So if Vic wants you to tell him who you're with every time you go somewhere, are you going to do it?
You said what?
So if Vic wants you to tell him who you're with every time you go somewhere, are you going to do that?
If it's important.
What you mean important?
So here's-
If it's important to him, and he feels that is a
Who am I? I
need
used to be a fuck
consider
boy.
his feelings by letting him know that you are out with said
So the
person,
question, so
then
there's
why wouldn't you
two
subscribe
different
to
questions. The question is, am I considerate to his feelings? That's some question over here. Am I going to tell him about everything? That's two totally different questions. Am I considerate to his feelings? Yes, I'm considerate to his feelings. Yes, it got so bad at one point that I wasn't even leaving the house because everybody was trying to create some animosity between us because why? I'm Wesley from A Connection TV. That's how bad it got. Okay, so bad. So that, oh, I saw Wesley somewhere. Did you go? Nigga, you know I was in the house all day. Where did I go? Talk to your friend that wanted to run tell that. I was in the house all day. Do I go anywhere? The only place that I go is Bulldogs. Really. Period.
He doesn't go out that much.
So I've been extremely considerate to my better judgment, because if it's been Wesley would have just been like, nope. But the thing is, I'm working on me so that I'm not part of the single train. I'm trying to better me.
I got you.
Yo!
I'm trying to better me, change all of my expectations so that I can still be in a relationship with a loving man that everybody seems to
The thing is that no. The thing is
because
that you
everybody
found
loves
somebody.
Adrian, and I love Vic
You
too.
found somebody that is compatible to you. You found somebody that was worth going through the problems and issues and working it out, because that is a great person for you. I and Benjamin, on the other hand, have not found anybody that it was worth going through all of that trouble so far. That's it. It doesn't mean that, I'm not going to be a part of the single train, because no, you decided to work on it.
I think at the end of the day, I think what these two individuals are trying to say is that they don't want to go through the work.
No,
that's what they're saying.
No problem with
There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to go through. There's a lot of work to go through.
No problem with going through the work. But what I do have a problem with is staying with somebody that is not compatible to me.
If you're telling me that
if I find out that they're not for me, then guess what?
What Adrian is telling me is that every time she come home, she want the dishes washed, and if Mikhail don't wash the dishes, she's dumping him.
I ain't said that.
If
You gotta work.
You gonna wash the dishes, then yeah.
I ain't never said that. I never said that.
Who the hell is
Never said
Mikhail?
that.
I don't know,
He
but I
just
don't know.
made up. He made up a whole
He be
scenario.
so quick, man.
I know Mikhail,
He
but
just
I
like
know.
Chucky. We
Chucky
made up a whole
and Susie
scenario.
Mae.
Hello, Susie Mae,
I
all of
didn't
that.
get that name.
But oh Lord. Anyways, my name is not Susan. Anyways, no. There is nothing wrong with being single. I would rather be single than to be with somebody just to be with them. Hello, I got a friend. Maybe I shouldn't. Say that.
I don't really. I'm not paying Wes no mind. I love Wes. I really don't care what he's saying right now. Like, if you know me, you know.
I got a
You know
friend.
who I am. So.
I didn't say the name. I got
All
a
right, well,
friend
thank you so
who
much
would like
for
to
tuning in to Culture
stay with
Club.
somebody
I
just
hope this
to be
has
with
been
them.
very
Okay,
enlightening.
I'm sure it was very entertaining. Wasn't it?
Nonetheless,
I've had a little bit of a lot of it to drink, so it is what it is.
He's gonna edit this.
He gonna edit this and be like, oh shit, I said that.
But everything, y'all already know that never ain't the case. Everything that I said is how it is, and at the end of the day, I'm in a relationship.
Yes, he is, and a beautiful one.
And we love Vic.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
More than we love Wes.
I love Vic.
Yes, we love.
I love Vic. That's what matters.
Period.
That
Are you
is
in
what
love?
matters.